breaking on Galilee sea. The nets hung empty through the night. The weary boat slid toward the shore as crowds pressed close to hear his light. He stepped in Peter's humble craft to speak where all could see his face. The master taught beside the waves while hearts drew near to hear his grace. The angels watched with wondering hearts the glorious commander on the sea, as he shared the truths of life and light with crowds who gathered eagerly. The fields, the hills, the open sky all framed his teaching on that shore, and all who heard his living word went from that scene the same no more. The sermon ended on the shore, and Peter heard the master say, "Launch out and let the nets once more be cast upon the deep today." The weary night still weighed on them. They were tired, their hearts unsure. They caught nothing through the night, and doubt pressed in without a cure. At thy word we'll cast again, though empty nets had brought despair. But faith obeyed the master's voice, and sudden fullness met them there. The nets so filled they strained to break, the boat swayed down beneath the heat. He who commands the sea and storm brought life into the barren deep. Oh, but Peter bowed before the Lord, for holiness laid bare his stain. "Depart from me, for I am sinful," yet clinging felt he must remain. The master answered, "Fear thou not, for grace had won his trembling soul. From henceforth you shall fish for men, the work of heaven as your goal." Their nets once empty through the night had mocked their skill and stirred their fear, but now his presence filled their hearts, and hope replaced what felt severe. They saw the power within his word, the miracle that swept across Galilee. And when he called them from the shore, they left their nets and followed willingly.
He chose not men of lofty name, but workers humble, tried and true. He shaped their gifts with patient love, so minds and hearts were formed anew. The world called them unlearned men, but heaven saw what they could be. For in his training they became like him in thought and purity. At thy word we'll cast again.
His call still echoes far and wide, for he who filled their empty nets still draws our hearts to his side.
He gathers souls as once the fish by cords of love that never cease, and those who rise to follow him find strength and courage in his peace.
They left their boats upon the shore, their former life behind them lay, for in his voice they found their call to walk with him from day